Okay, what's up everybody? So this is Paul and today I've decided to speak 100% in English just so you get see my demonstration of how I spoke and my tips to get a band 8 in IELTS speaking. So these are my personal know-how. I did not copy these methods from the internet or read them from books. These methods are made by myself and used by myself, and I used it in a real speaking test in IELTS. I especially used it when I took IELTS in 2013. So that's about 10 years ago. Okay? And I used a little bit of these methods 4 years ago, in 2022. So that's 3 years ago, I'm sorry. Okay, so how to crush IELTS? How to get a good score in IELTS? So number one method that you guys need to do is just start writing diaries. I mean it. So why do you need to write diaries? Very simple. Because when you write, the same brain cells that are activated in speaking are activated when you write something. Okay? So diaries is something that you keep private and keep to yourself, so nobody reads it but you. So that's why I recommend it, and it's just a good exercise to help yourself think in English and express yourself in English and give voice to those thoughts in your brain, especially English words to those your thoughts. Okay, so when I was really serious and prepping for IELTS, I used to just write diaries every night, and then I could slowly see myself improving and getting better at speaking English. So that's my tip number one. So guys, my second tip for you guys is work on your voice. You know, the better you sound, more confident you will be. And I think actually you need to practice making 44 English phonemes. I made a video for that a while back. You can check my channel. So there are 20 English phonemes and 24 consonant phonemes. So for example, you need to practice ow, how, bow, round, or ear, I-E-R sound. So ear, hear, fear, etc. Or o, like go, low, bow, no, row. So if you can make these sounds distinctly and you differentiate them carefully so that your speaking will be very much clear to the listener. Okay, so I know many people like to speak fast and they think they are speaking fluently, but what's really important is you need to speak clearly. You know, you need to distinguish those English sounds. Just imagine Taylor Swift or David Beckham or Elon Musk or even better, Steve Jobs. All of them are excellent English speakers. And what makes them so special and powerful? They speak clearly. They pronounce the words very accurately and in a right way so that listeners will not be confused. Okay, so that's powerful. And my tip number 3 is communication is the priority. Okay, communication first. I know sometimes some IELTS teachers, give advice that you need to use complex grammar. You need to use compound sentences. Don't forget to use although, but, nonetheless, so that, or you need to use relative clauses, noun clauses. But that's important. Okay, they are in the IELTS criteria. But what's more important is you trying to communicate, okay, rather than trying to show off. So, because I know personally, some of my IELTS students got 8 in speaking, but their score in reading was 6.5 and writing 6 or so. But if they could only get 6.5 in writing, how did they get 8 points in speaking? The reason is simple. In IELTS speaking, they are more focused on your communication ability, not your ability to make complex and difficult sentences. Okay, so I would say, just talk to the IELTS examiners like you're talking to your friend. Okay, so you need to just imagine you have a Russian friend or Korean friend, and then your Korean friend doesn't speak Mongolian and you don't speak Korean. So how can you talk with your foreign friend? You use English, okay? But if you don't speak English well, she will not get you. So do your best to convey your ideas onto her. Make your words clear as possible, okay? Rather than trying to use present simple, future simple, or present continuous, past perfect, present. Those will confuse you. Those will really confound you, okay? So that's my tip number 3. My tip number 4 is very important. Actually, my tip number 4 was speak to the IELTS examiner like you are speaking to a friend. Okay, I just want to add that if you imagine the IELTS examiner as your friend, the advantage is you will be relaxed, okay? You will not feel like you are being judged. I know a lot of people, when they look at those, those grumpy, the official looking IELTS examiners, they panic. What should I say? Okay, and they will look at you like, you only got 15 minutes. You only got 10 minutes. Hurry up, speak. I'm waiting for the next person or so. So that kind of vibe is, he or she is giving you, and that really makes you nervous. Okay, that really puts you off your game. That makes you forget your strategy. So if you can imagine that, IELTS dude or woman, your friend, okay, somebody you know. If you could do that, and you will be relaxed, you will be confident. The message, the thing, the thought you are trying to voice will be made clearer. Okay? So that's my tip number 4. My final tip for you guys is, I think this may be the most important. Okay, are you ready? My tip number 5 is speak every day. Speak English every day. That's it. Oh, Paul, teacher, I don't have a speaking partner. What you talking about? Well, you need to find a speaking partner then. Find somebody who can speak English. It doesn't matter, if they can speak English, go speak English with them. But I don't have anyone who can speak English. Nobody speaks English as well as I do. Okay. Then speak with ChatGPT. or speak with, oh yeah, you can speak with me on Foxed app. Okay, I give free English speaking lessons on Foxed app. I will put the link in the description down below. So usually I just, talk about random stuff on Foxed. So check it out. And you can also speak with yourself. Sometimes when I was really learning English and I didn't have nobody to practice my English with, I just used to speak with myself. When I was taking a dump in the toilet, I just speak with myself. Hey Paul, how was your day? Good, not bad. What you thinking about? Oh, nothing particular. Okay. What do you want to do tomorrow? I don't know. So like that, I was just talking with myself, asking myself a question and answering myself. But some people might think you're kind of a weirdo because you're talking to yourself. So that's my tip. Actually, when I was prepping for IELTS, I used to speak every day because I was an English teacher and I was working at the university, and the program required that everybody use English. They can't use Mongolian, they can't use any other language, just English. So that was the perfect environment for me to just, to hone my skill to the next level. So that's it, guys. These are actually my secrets that I used to get band 8 in IELTS. Okay, so just give it a go and I'll see you next time.